there's two of them. There's another one going up the tree over there. G'day guys, just at Black Ash today. Fairly muggy conditions. It's meant to get to a high of around about 29, I think, 30 degrees. So we've set the hammock up and we're just getting some wood ready for a fire. Just want to do a couple of product reviews for you. Freeze-dried food. We've all tried the standard stuff. Fairly expensive for mine, but in the quest to find something different, I got onto the internet and found a company called Strive Foods down in Tasmania of Australia, so a great little localish company, and I ordered a couple of their meals, both breakfasts and mains. So first up we've got the breakfast, and it's a fruit medley. So it was freeze-dried or not freeze-dried, but vacuum seal packed and all that sort of stuff, and I've just cracked it open now. So we've got the billy on, and we're going to test it and see how it goes. Now there are full cooking instructions on the pack, but what I've decided to do is I'm going to see how it works, putting it in. I've plugged in the Snow Peak 600. I'm going to boil some water, so that could be done on an alcohol stove or anything. I'm going to put the boiling water in, and then I'm going to put it in my cozy and leave it for a bit and see how that goes, just to see how possible it is to cook these in the cozy. I can't see it being a problem. Water's come to a boil. Give it a bit of a stir. Looks good. Tastes good too. So I'm going to pop that in the cozy. Little cozy just made out of reflectives, and at the lid. And we'll let that sit for a bit. Righto, well it's been about 10 minutes or so. And this looks good. I most probably could have done with a little bit more water in it. But it is really, really good. I think we're onto a winner. Righto, well it's lunchtime and we've got the Strive Food. www.strivefood.com.au. As you saw in the earlier section there, had the fruit medley porridge muesli type thing. It was fantastic. So this one here is the lentil curry dal. Add 1.5 cups of water of contents to the pot. Cook on a low heat, stirring occasionally for 10 to 12. I've got the cooking system here sort of hooked up, and the wind's blowing towards the camera there, so I think it should be fairly moderate heat that it's seeing here. So we'll crack this open, whack it in the pot, add the water and pop it on. Righto, so we've got the pack open. Now you'll see in here there's some bigger bits. I've tried to break up most of what I can by hand, but there's a few bits that are still pretty big in there, so I'm just going to pop them in the pot and see whether they sort of simmer down or whatnot. Fairly Yeah, fairly moderate heat that we've got here. So while those lentils cook up and whatnot, that curry, I thought I'd had a couple of minute steaks in the pack that were frozen from the meal I had yesterday lunch. So, that's what's left. I asked for a couple of minute steaks from the butcher. I had a couple, and I've still got a few left. So well done, Mr. Butcher. Excellent. Just a bit of a stir. Look, I put the required amount of water in. It's still quite watery, so I don't know whether the lentils are going to soak that up or how that works. But we'll just leave that on for a moment. So I've built up the fire a little bit under the billy. I'm thinking the moderate heat might mean not a raging inferno that you would get from, you know, a gas stove or a Whisperlight MSR or whatnot. And it seems to be coming along. I'm just keeping the stirring up. I've never had lentils before, so I'm not too sure how they're meant to be. I tasted a couple just before, and they were a little bit hard, so I guess they're meant to be soft, maybe like rice or something. So we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm calling it done. This is what we've ended up with. It's a massive serving. I reckon that's how it's meant to look. It's hot, it's very tasty. Oh, that's pretty good. I like the taste. I'm not sure about lentils, but the taste is really good. So they're ripper meals, I reckon. I had the spag bowl the other day and it was awesome. I prefer that over this one, but I do like the curry taste. So I think I've got another beef one, so I'm looking forward to trying that. But get online and order some. It beats a lot of the other brands out there for taste, and hey, it's local, straight out of Tassie. I've let this cool down a little. Just washed my pot up and stuff. And this is really tasty. It was a little bit too hot for me before to really appreciate the taste, I guess. Very easy to eat. Very friendly people down there at Strive Foods. I made an inquiry as to the shelf life. I don't get out a hell of a lot. Don't get out camping, that is, for overnighters and whatnot. But if you just on your order there, let them know that you're going to be holding on to the food for a little while, and make sure that they give you ones with a fairly distant, best before date. Good stuff. That is a massive serve. It was just a normal size single serve. They do the doubles as well, but that's a monster. I'll tell you what would be nice. If you cooked a little damper up or something, just in a bit of foil, just a little flat one, wouldn't take too long to cook. If you did that, this single serve would do 2 people for sure. Now I'm thinking about a nice bit of damper. Camera was just on the last of its battery just before when I put you on down there. So I could be talking to myself. Good stuff, that black ash. Pretty clean plate. You never quite know what's in the cook kit bag.